Okay, 1 more minute will be. So I'm going to ask some questions from last time what we did. So what is Uttam Bhakti? Can somebody explain what is Uttam Bhakti? How is it characterized? Like when can we say we're doing Uttam Bhakti?
When you do the devotional services with full devotion and without expecting any fruitive results, and no undesirable desires.
No material desire,
Yeah, no material desires. I mean,
without any expectation of anything in return, just for the pleasure of Krishna, uncovered by like desire for. So other desires means we want something in return. I'm doing devotional service, so I want maybe money, or I want some name and fame, or I want to become famous, or something like that, right? Whatever it is, then it is not pure devotional. It's mixed devotional service. So cultivating that mood of serving without any intention, that's pure devotional service. So then,
Yeah.
huh? Then what are the 9 processes of devotional service? This should be easy, but
Like hearing, chanting, remembering, serving the lotus feet, worshipping, then offering obeisances, doing like friendship, Sakya Rasa, then Atma Nivedanam, like surrendering oneself.
Yeah, these are the 9 processes. So right now I'm talking, so you could say it is Kirtanam. You are hearing, and then you are talking, I'm hearing. So Shravanam Kirtanam. Then remembering the Lord also, like that. So there are 9, you said it all. So one of the, what you can say, 6 things that enhances bhakti is utsaha. There's a nice statement. Does anybody remember? In the purport, Prabhupada says, what is utsaha? One little statement he writes. Of course, this is like, if you read some statements really stick out. So for me,
It's endeavor executed with intelligence.
in Krishna consciousness is called utsaha or enthusiasm. So endeavor executed with intelligence in Krishna consciousness is called utsaha or enthusiasm. And this, of course, the intelligence is also given by Krishna only. He gives when we have. So bhakti does not depend on anything, right? Ultimately, it is only our desire to please Krishna. That's what bhakti does not depend on material position, but the disposition of our heart. It doesn't matter. If you have material qualifications, you can serve the Lord with material qualifications. But even if you don't have material qualifications, you can still serve the Lord. Sometimes material qualifications can act as an obstacle, right? Can you give some example where how material benefits can act as an obstacle to bhakti? Anything you can think of how it can impede our bhakti? Like, for instance, somebody is very wealthy. So then how can that act as an impediment to bhakti?
If they don't utilize that money in the service of Krishna, then it will act as impediment.
So what will they do with the money?
If they use for own sense gratification instead of serving, like utilizing that money in the service of Krishna, then it will be acting as impediment.
Yes. It can also make us proud, right? All this money, as Kunti Devi says, Janma Aishwarya Shruta Shribhi, right? These are the four things. When one becomes intoxicated by these four things, then one can become very proud. And when you become proud, then you make offenses also. We have many examples. Anything where somebody became proud in the Bhagavatam because of all these things, something, and they offended somebody.
Indra.
Indra.
In
Nalakubera also, Prabhuji.
correct. Manigriva Nalakuvera.
Nalakubera.
They were enjoying a sense enjoyment, right? So they did not respect Narad Muni. Even Indra did not respect Brihaspati one time, right? When Brihaspati came, he did not offer any respect to Brihaspati. Then he lost his kingdom. Then also we have the example of who else? Durvasa Muni. Of course, he is a yogi. He doesn't have anything like that, but he is very proud because he has mystic abilities. And then we have Romaharshan Sutta also, who also became proud. Indra also becomes proud. So everywhere you see in the Bhagavatam. So that is there. 1 minute, I want to see if anybody wanted to join. No, it's okay. So that is there. So these things, beauty, when we are very beautiful, then we can also feel we identify more with the body. And then others praise us and we become very, very happy about it. And then what happens that we cannot, will be praised, will be photographed and put on magazines and so many things. And then we will think that, yes, I am something very great. And so when things are taken away, then we become depressed. So that is how it is. So why do you think is patience required? One of the thing is to be patient. Why do you think patience is required in devotional service? Why do we have to be patient?
Because it can take a long time, and it all depends on the what level you are surrendering to Krishna. So the results not the results actually, the devotional service, until it is completely pure, it may not um, it may not result into that thing as an unalloyed devotional service. Like Shabri, example of Shabri, she had lot of patience till Ram did not come to meet her.
Yeah, so patience is required because we are conditioned. So we cannot expect that results will come overnight. Like we hear about chanting, how chanting will bring tears to eyes and hairs will stand on end. Bhagavatam says if this is not happening, your heart is still framed. But our heart to become soft, it takes time. So, so we have to be patient. Right? We cannot, like in every material activity, we are patient, right? We work 2 weeks, then we are patient that we will get the paycheck after 2 weeks. So we have to be patient. So how can you be enthusiastic in devotional service? What is the way you can be enthusiastic? Like you can talk about yourself. What can make you more enthusiastic in devotional service? What do you think you should do to become more enthusiastic about devotional service?
Hearing more about Krishna's pastime.
Okay. So how will that make you more enthusiastic to do devotional service? Of course, hearing itself is devotional service, but how hearing about Krishna will make you more
How Krishna is grateful, because from the story we can see that Krishna is very,
huh?
so
So it
Krishna
constantly reminds, right? It reminds constantly that how is Krishna great, and we should serve Krishna, right?
Yeah, it constantly, if you like, yeah, reading regularly, hearing regularly, constantly, consistently reminds you about the goal of life. Why am I here? Who am I? And what is the purpose of life? So then you can be very enthusiastic. And Prabhupada said, if you're not enthusiastic, then act enthusiastically. He said, yeah, we should act enthusiastically. Like someday I may not be enthusiastic about going to job, right? Let's say, but I still go because it is required, right? So we want to be enthusiastic in Krishna service. So we act enthusiastically. Someday I don't feel like chanting my rounds, but we do chant. And then once we start, then we find it's not so bad, right? Sometimes the inertia is there. And so inertia is like preventing us. At least for me, sometimes you are in some situation, you don't want to change that situation, even though you know it's not the right thing to do. But if you're enthusiastic about, then you will do the right thing. And the other way is also if you associate with those who are enthusiastic, then you will become enthusiastic. When you get taste for devotional service, then also you'll be enthusiastic. So
Also, understanding that this is the rarest of the rare gift that Krishna has given me. And this is the most beneficial activity for me. Out of all activities, this is the most beneficial that will give me good results for life, eternity.
correct.
One more thing we have discussed, Prabhu, is like understanding the nature of the material world and understanding the nature of the spiritual world. So with that understanding also we can be more enthusiastic to perform devotional service.
Like, to bring up some current event, when America left Taliban and Afghanistan, then so many people were enthusiastic. I mean, they were hanging on the plane. They wanted to leave that. You might have seen that in Afghanistan when America left, and so many people wanted to leave Afghanistan because they did not like the Taliban rule. So they were very enthusiastic. They even hung on the plane that was flying in the air. It's a very sad situation. But when we know this, the problematic nature of this place and the, what is there in the spiritual world, what awaits us, so that then we can be enthusiastic. So we have to have faith. To be enthusiastic, you have to believe that this is true, that we are not this body, we are spirit, soul. There is Krishna, there is God, there is the spiritual world. All the acharyas are talking about it. So it must be true. And even though our mind may not like sometimes accept it or believe it, and the scientists may say something else, how creation happened and all these things. But we want to be enthusiastic, right? So we want to believe. So yeah, and then Prabhupada through his purports, his whole thing is trying to convince us basically to become a devotee of Krishna and pure devotee of Krishna. So when we become pure devotee or we practice pure devotional service, we get an experience of the happiness, and that happiness will like keep the momentum going. When we chant Hare Krishna, if we chanted some nice japa, then tomorrow we'll think, yes, tomorrow also I'll chant. I'll also get that nice taste. Today I got it. Tomorrow also I want to repeat that experience. So that way also we can be consistently enthusiastic. So yeah.
Also, feeling of gratitude for Krishna makes me feel very enthusiastic. Like um, believing that he's the creator of the universe and how much he's doing, how much he's loving us. That makes me, that feeling itself makes me feel enthusiastic.
Yes. Like supposing somebody does something for you, then you respond by saying thank you, right? First, little children, mothers will say thank you if somebody gives them a toffee, and if the child didn't say thank you, mother will say thank you. So it is showing the child how to be grateful. So you say thank you if somebody did something for you. If somebody did something more for you, then you want to do something in return for them, right? Like somebody gave me a gift, like or something, then I want to reciprocate by giving gift to them. That's how um, a grateful person feels, right? Somebody has done something for us, I want to do something back for that person. So that is, and then somebody saves your life, right? Saves your life, then you are so grateful to that person that you say, no, I will do everything for you. I will give my life for you. So when we are very, very grateful to Krishna for everything he has done, we will say, Krishna, you did so much for me. I cannot do anything for you, but I can give my life, this one life to you. So like that, Prabhupada did say to Bhakti Charu Maharaj, now, you've been through so many lifetimes and you've been trying to enjoy, but it didn't work out. You're still not satisfied. So why don't you give this one life to Krishna and see what happens? Of course, he was appealing more like from an eternity point of view, that we as soul are going to have many lifetimes. So out of many lifetimes, give one life to Krishna and see what happens. If nothing happens, so what? There is another life after this, right? The soul is eternal. So in that way, we can motivate ourselves. So we have to have enthusiasm. If enthusiasm is there without patience, then it will not be working. Patience means, if you don't have patience, you become restless. Oh, why is not happening? Why? And then you give it up, you become discouraged. So patience means you have to be consistently doing it and with enthusiasm. And in between, there is confidence that Krishna will surely protect me. Krishna will take care of me. Like that. If I follow his teachings, Krishna will take care of me. So that take care of me means Krishna will take care of me. He will protect me. Avashya Rakhibe Krishna. We need protection from who? Who do we need protection from? What do you think?
Our own.
Huh?
Maya.
Yeah, Maya, the illusion. So where is the illusion? We don't see. Where is the Maya located?
In the mind.
In the mind. Yes. So we need protection from ourselves, actually, from our own mind, basically. So Krishna will protect. We need protection from our own. Of course, sometimes the I identifies with the body. Sometimes the I identifies with the mind. But the real I is the soul. So the real I is the soul. So Krishna says, Uddhared Atmanam Atmanam. So one should elevate oneself. He's using the word Atma for the body, for the mind, and for the soul. Or if you look at that verse, Krishna is using the word Atma. So one should elevate himself for the mind. He's saying by the mind. So when you identify with the mind, you are the mind, basically. That I is the mind. And when you identify with the body, then that I is the body. So we need protection from our own mind, the false designation of, I. So like that, Krishna protects us from our anarthas, right? Or removes our anarthas. And in this way, he gives us protection from our own desires, material desires. We need protection. So if we have enthusiasm but no patience, then it is the mode of passion, right? Then I'm excited about doing one day I'm very excited, but the next day, I'm just down. I don't want to do anything because nothing happened. I was so excited, nothing happened. And if you are patient, but there is no enthusiasm, means patience means like you're complacent, like in that sense, not very doing little bit and not very enthusiastic about it, then it is mode of ignorance. So like that we discussed. So what is the example that Prabhupada gives about patience in the purport regarding marriage?
Like after marriage, wife has to surrender to husband, and she has to wait till she gets the baby. It takes some time. So
yeah, after marriage, immediately next day she can't she can't have a child. So she has to wait at least for 9 months or more than that, at least to get a child. So you have to be patient, right? So that is. And what does tat tat karma pravartanat mean? This is tat tat karma pravartanat. What does that mean? Karma means? What does karma mean?
activity, Prabhu, some activity.
Activities. And pravartanat means? Pravartan means?
Behave, like following.
Pravartan is like enhancing, or propagation of So those karma we should do, which is favorable for bhakti. And what are those activities? Prabhupada mentions 16 rounds of the Hare Krishna mantra and 4 regulative principles like that. Of course, all these things are also mentioned in this verse itself, what are favorable. Then he says, Sangatyagat means giving up the association of non-devotees. And Satovrate. Satovrate means, what is the meaning of Satovrate?
Following the footsteps of the acharyas.
Following the footsteps. And Prabhupada writes what it means to follow the footsteps of the acharyas. So he says, this is called Satovrate, or following the footsteps of, what is that? In the Krishna consciousness movement, we require everyone to rise early in the morning by 4 o'clock and attend Mangalarti or morning worship, then read Srimad Bhagavatam, perform Kirtan, and so forth. Thus, we hold continuous activities in devotional service 24 hours daily. This is called Satovriti, or following in the footsteps of the previous acharyas, who expertly filled every moment of time with Krishna conscious activities. So every moment, what is the symptom of a great soul? The symptom of a great soul, yes, Bharat Prabhu will.
Avyartha kalatvam, not wasting time.
Correct. So there is a nice verse which I would like to share. Let's see, Shantir Avyartha Kalatvam. Okay. It's in Nectar of Devotion, but it is quoted in Chaitanya Charitamrita. Yes. So what are the things? How do you know somebody is developing bhav for the Lord? So Shantir means tolerance. Forgiveness and tolerance, they come together. So Shantir Avyartha Kalatvam means not unnecessarily wasting time. So what could be like an unnecessary, or let me ask you, how do we unnecessarily waste time? How can we unnecessarily waste time? Can you tell some?
Going towards the material things like and mundane activities and mundane talk with others.
Talking with others, right? Some mundane.
Yeah, watching TV.
Watching TV, yes. Yes, watching TV can be waste of time unless you are watching some Krishna conscious or serial or something like that. So, yeah, which does not which takes us away from Krishna unnecessary. Why it is the greatest, it is described as the greatest loss. Supposing there's a birthday party, right? Your friend invites you to a birthday party. And this birthday party is not Krishna conscious birthday party. They are not going to have kirtan. Devotees have kirtan, and then devotees do so many other things. Like they play some games related to Krishna or something like that. But they have fun. There may be a class also, some birthday party. But it's not a Krishna conscious birthday party. And you are going to go to the birthday party. Your friend has invited you. So, but they say, so you said, yeah, he's my friend, I will go. It's from 5 to 9, 4 hours, we'll have birthday party. But if there is some person standing at the gate, and when you enter, and that person is saying, to enter into this birthday party, you have to buy a ticket, and the ticket costs $1,000. Then what will you say? Why should I pay $1,000 for 4 hours going into that birthday party? I will not go. Why? Because you know the value of $1,000. But if it is free, you will go because, yeah, 4 hours I can spend. I have 4 hours I can spend easily. But $1,000, I have to make so much effort to make $1,000. So what you are doing is here, what is our mentality at that point? Time I can waste, but money I should not waste. Because money, money is very valuable. I will not go if I have to pay money. But time, yes, I can use my time. But actually, even if you have a lot of money, there is a verse like that, right? Ayushya shana ekopi, na swarna koti. What is that
ना
word?
लभ्य स्वर्ण कोटि भी नाचे निरर्थकम नीति काचा हनिस्ततो दिख. When one moment of time spent uselessly cannot be purchased by paying millions of gold coins, so what greater loss is there than time spent uselessly?
Hmm. Yes. So basically, uh, we if you have a lot of money, can we say at the end of life, okay, take this $100,000 and give me like 5 years to live? So that will not happen because what time is gone is gone. So that's why it is more valuable. One moment of time, Ayushya Shana Ekopi, it cannot be purchased. Even if you spend like millions of koti bhi, Swarna means gold. If you give millions of gold coins, you cannot get back one moment of time. So our time is limited. So that is why we should not waste time. So this is avyartha kalatvam. Virakti. Virakti means, what do you, somebody knows? Virakti means what? Virakti means
Detachment.
detachment. So detachment from those things, right? Which are not favorable. Mana shunyata means not expecting respect for oneself, which we also have. Amanina manadena. So we are not concerned about like whether others respect me and all this. And so there is a whole thing that is because of prestige in the society. You have to do so many things to enhance your prestige, to keep your status. But devotee is not concerned about this man. Like, I don't want some big position and prestige in society, so that because he's concerned with serving Krishna. And Krishna will make the devotee famous, that's different thing. But he is not looking for it. Asha bandhaha means, Asha means hope. He is bound by hope that Krishna will bestow his mercy upon me. Samutkantha means eagerness. I have great eagerness. Nama Gane Sada Ruchi. He has great ruchi in chanting the holy name. Asaktis Tad Gunakhyane. He has great attachment, asakti, for speaking about the Lord's qualities, describing the Lord's activities, and speaking his message from Bhagavad Gita like that. And Pritis Tad Vasati Sthale. Wherever the Lord, Sthala means the place, wherever the Lord performed his pastimes, he likes to go there and he likes to visit those places. He has some affection, like Vrindavan, Mayapur, like that, Jagannath Puri. So these are the symptoms. Itya adayo anubhavasyur jata bhavankure jane. Ankur means the seed. In whose heart the seed of ecstatic emotion for the Lord is fructifying, jata is sprouting, then these are the symptoms which are visible. So that's why, but of course, we don't like to waste time when we get taste, that automatically we lose taste for other things. So that is called Satovrate. Then you look forward to your morning japa because it is so nice, so wonderful. Like some of you rise so early. You look forward to that japa time because it's so wonderful. So reading Srimad Bhagavatam and like that, discussing about Krishna. So okay, so like that, if we follow, then we will get all success. And Prabhupada says another statement here. He says, this one. Yeah, he says, devotional service is so pure and perfect that once one has begun it, one is forcibly dragged to ultimate success. So Krishna will, of course, how fast that success, what is the ultimate success?
Ante Narayana Smriti.
Or we can say, different ways. You can say Krishna Prem. When you have attachment for Krishna, then you will have Ante Narayan Smriti also. Because whatever you are attached to, at the time of death, that will come in your consciousness. For instance, Can somebody give me an instance who they were attached to and what they remembered the time of death?
Bharat remembered Dev Prabhuji, so that's why he has to take the body of Dev.
Dear, yes.
Bharat.
And then?
Raj.
Huh?
Ajamil remembered Narayan.
Ajamil remembered his son, Narayan, because when Yamadutas came, he was very attached to his son, so he remembered his son. So that is ultimate success, is that, we remember the Lord at the time of death, but that will happen when we have developed an attachment for the Lord, because whatever we are attached to. So this idea of devotional service is to become attached to the Lord. Maya satta mana partha yogam yunjun madashraya. Asanshayam samagramam yatha gnashashi tachrinu. In the Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says in the 7th chapter, I think, the first verse. So he says, you hear from me. This how you can become. So hearing will make us attached, right? Nitya Siddha Krishna Prem Sadhya Kabulhoy Shravanadi Shuddha Chitte Karayudavai. Rukmini became attached to Krishna by hearing. Prahlad Maharaj became such a great devotee by hearing, like that. So many devotees. Whole Krishna consciousness movement started on hearing, right? So Shravanam. So once we start, then ultimately, even if we fall down, Krishna will, as Prabhupada says here, Neha Bikrama Nasusti Pratyavayana. The Bharat Maharaj, he deviated, but Krishna did not forsake him. Again, he gave opportunity. Gajendra also, he was cursed. So everywhere you see all this. Ajamil also, he deviated, but because he had done some devotional service in his youth, he again got that opportunity. So Krishna will always give us the opportunity. Even if we take birth in a low family, because we may have done something, we take birth in a low family. But Krishna will again give us that opportunity. So then Prabhupada says that, so tat tat karma sangatyagat. So this is following. And then if we become pure devotee, then all good qualities will develop. No extraneous endeavor is needed. You don't have to Krishna consciousness, just engage in devotional service. And then everything will come. Of course, we want to cultivate also devotional service. We want to cultivate good qualities. But just by being a devotee of Krishna, that's why Prabhupada says, how will you recognize my devotee? What does he say? My devotee
is a perfect gentleman.
Perfect. Okay. So all the good qualities will automatically come by becoming a devotee of Krishna. There is a verse in the Bhagavatam. Yasyasti bhaktir bhagavata kinchana. Let me pull up that verse. I thought I had put it up. Yasyasti bhaktir bhagavati akinchana. Akinchana means if you become akinchana means one who is materially exhausted, means is completely given up shelter of everything other than Krishna. Yasyasti bhaktir bhagavati akinchana sarve gunais tatra samasate sura harava bhaktasya kuto mahat guna manorathena sapi dhavato vahi. Says all the demigods and their exalted qualities such as religion, knowledge and renunciation become manifest in the body of one who has developed unalloyed devotion for the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Vasudeva. On the other hand, a person devoid of devotional service and engaged in material activities has no good qualities. So we may think, well, there are many people who are not believing in God, but they have good qualities. Yes. So two ways you can look at it, that the good qualities are temporary. When their selfish interest is involved, then the good qualities may not be there. And then another way is, yes, even if they have good qualities, what is the use of good qualities if they are not serving Krishna? So even if he is adept at the practice of mystic yoga or the honest endeavor of maintaining his family and relatives, he must be driven by his own mental speculation. That is manorathena sati, and must engage in the service of Lord's external energy. How can there be any good qualities in such a man? Okay, so that's what Prabhupada is saying here. So once one has begun, so some devotees who left. So the definition of faith, the confidence is that if I serve Krishna, then everything in my life will be achieved. I will get all perfection, everything will come. So when that faith becomes very deep, it is called Shraddha. Like there's a verse like Shraddha Shabde Vishwas Kohe Shudrida Nishchay Krishne Bhakti Koile Sarva Karma Krita Hoy. Shraddha is confident, firm faith that by rendering transcendental loving service to Krishna, one automatically performs all subsidiary activities. Such faith is favorable to the discharge of devotional service. I don't need to do anything else. I don't need to worship any demigods. I don't need to take shelter of any other materialistic person or anything like that. If I take shelter of Krishna, all perfection, if we believe this in our heart, that then what are then all the good qualities will develop. And what are some of the good qualities Prabhupada describes? There are 26 qualities of a Vaishnava. First is, so Prabhupada writes in the 12th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, how much you are making spiritual advancement is determined by how you are developing all these qualities. And then he says, but to develop these qualities, you just have to become devotee of Krishna. Like rainwater is pure, right? But when it comes and falls on the ground, it becomes impure. Now to purify it, what we have to do? We have to just remove the impurity. Similarly, the soul is pure, but the soul has become contaminated in this material nature. So what we have to do is we have to just take out all the impurities. And that is the process of Cheto Darpana Marjana. Just chanting the holy name will actually remove all the, like in Gundicha Marjan, right? When Lord Chaitanya was cleaning the temple, because Jagannath was going to come to Gundicha. Then he went there first, then he cleaned all the big dust, whichever he was seeing, and he was cleaning. Then he told his followers that you go again and look in the fine corners and the fine cracks and then clean. So the chanting of the holy name will actually clean all our gross and subtle anarthas. If we stick to this devotional service, then naturally we are pure. Every soul is pure. But because of the contamination, so as soon as you remove the contamination, then again we are pure and all the good qualities will automatically manifest. So devotional service removes all the contamination in the heart. Then automatically the soul again is completely pure, fully pure. So we are all pure. We are like the rainwater coming from the sky. We have fallen from the spiritual world and we are all pure. But because in contact with this material nature, the modes of material nature, we have become impure. So we just have to remove the impurities. Then everything, all the good qualities automatically will come. So he's very kind to everyone. Any example of a devotee who's very kind to everyone? From the Bhagavatam, very kind. Somebody who was very cruel then became kind.
Mrigari.
Mrigari, yes.
Even Prahlad Maharaj is also kind, Prabhuji, I feel, because like though his father troubled so much, he asked like
Forgive my father.
forgiveness to his father.
So kind. Even to those who are doing harm, he is kind. Haridas Thakur also in Chaitanya Charitamrita, we see how he was beaten. So very kind to everyone. Means one of the quality of the devotee is Ajata Shatrava Shanta, Titikshava Karunika, Surida Sarvadehina. We are reading in this morning in our Bhagavatam reading this quality of a devotee, that his enemy is not born. So in the third canto of Bhagavatam, in the 25th chapter, the verse number is, I think, 21. So Titikshava Karunika, Surida Sarvadehina, Ajata Shatrava. Ajata, Ja means to take birth, Janma. Ajata means means no birth. Actually, aja, like Krishna says, ajo nitya sashvato yam purano na hanyate hanyamani sharire. In the Bhagavad Gita, 2nd chapter, he describes how the soul is aja, unborn. Na jayate. Ja means to take janma. Jayate. Na jayate. It has no birth. So aja is also na jayate. His enemy, shatrava. Shatrava means shatru. His enemy is not born. Means there's nobody he thinks is his enemy. Ajata shatrava. And we may think, well, how is this possible, right? Because there are people who are not favorable to us. We don't like them and so many things. But this is when you become very advanced in devotional service and like that. Then you just think that, yeah, this person, everything is happening. Everybody's under the influence of modes of nature. This is just the churning of the modes of nature. We are all in this. Some persons maybe like somebody was saying here, somebody from past life has come as your spouse to give you trouble, right? Because you did something bad, now they've come to give you trouble. So, Ajata Shatrava. So, Yudhishthir Maharaj is described like Ajata Shatrava because he didn't consider anybody his enemy, really. So he's inimical to none. Krishna says, right, he does not disturb anyone, nor is he disturbed by others. Yasman no dvijate loko, lokan no dvijate chaya. Harsha marsha bhayodveger. Such a devotee is very dear to me. So, yeah. So this is a kind, very kind to everyone. He does not make anyone his enemy. Yes, that kind of we discussed. He is truthful. He is simple, straightforward, truthful. He is equal to everyone. He does not see everybody based on their external Vidya Vinay Sampanne, Brahmane Gavyastini. He's equal to everyone means he sees everybody as spirit soul, part and parcel of Krishna. No one can find any fault in him. This is describing pure devotee. 26. No one can find any fault in him. So he's beyond any faults. Of course, people do find faults. Duryodhan found so many faults in the Pandavas, right? So he is magnanimous, means he's broad-minded. He's mild, not aggressive and arrogant. He's always clean, internally and externally. Like we can say, he'll take a bath, and he'll keep his surroundings clean. He's without possessions. Well, he has house but in his heart he knows that, yeah, like Amrish Maharaj, he's a pure devotee. He's a Maharaj. He was living in a palace. But he's as a Kinchana as Shukdev Goswami, who was traveling naked, right, without any clothes. Because he did not think that this belongs to me. Krishna has given it to me, and Krishna will take it away. I have just, for the time being, I have to use it till I have it in his service. So in that sense, he's without possession. He works for everyone's benefit. So Surida, Sarvadehina. So he is well-wishing. Prabhupada wrote signed his letters as your ever well-wisher. He is very meek, like humble. He is steady in devotional service. He controls his senses. So he's not Godas, he's Goswami. He does not eat more than required. That we saw how it is detrimental. He does not eat more than required because he has control over his senses and his tongue. He is not influenced by the Lord's illusory energy because he is always engaged in Krishna's service. And so he's not influenced by the Lord's illusory energy. He offers respects to everyone. Amanina manadena. Giving respect, everybody has. He does not desire any respect for himself. Amani manadena. He is very grave. Grave means serious about the opportunity of serving Krishna. He's not frivolous, you can say. He does not. Frivolous means you have something very valuable and you don't care about it, right? So you're very frivolous. Like supposing somebody gives you a diamond and then You just put it somewhere and you don't care about it, then you may lose it. So he's very grave, means he's very attentive, very careful, doesn't mean he cannot do any jokes or cannot be fun, but he's very grave about the purpose of life. He's very serious. He's attentive to how, how he's remembering Krishna ultimately, and how he's purifying his consciousness. He's very attentive to that. Like we can be attentive to so many things, like how my money is being spent and how my investments are doing. So many things we can be, but he's grave. He's very attentive to, his relationship with Krishna. He's merciful. Yeah, he's very kind and merciful kind of go together. He's friendly. He's poetic. He's expert. He's silent. So many poems have been written by he's expert, he's silent. Silent means not that Maun Vrat, as we heard, but he will speak only about Krishna. So like that, there are different things. So no extraneous endeavor is needed. And if you become a pure devotee of Krishna, then automatically all the good qualities will develop. That's what Prabhupada is saying. But one who is not situated in devotional service, he is called a Duratma. Prabhupada says Duratma means because he may be moral, very moral person, honest person in the material standards. But this morality is not real morality. Like Prabhupada gave the example of thieves, the honesty of thieves. The thieves robbed a bank, 4 of them. They robbed a bank and they got all the jewelry out, right? Or money, whatever, money, jewelry, everything. And then they were saying, okay, now you take this much money, I will take this bangle, I will take this ring, I will take this, I will take this diamond. And they are saying, let's divide this morally. Do you think that is morality? And if why it is not morality? Somebody can say why that is not morality.
Because it's not there in the first place.
Yeah, they have done an immoral act. They have stolen somebody's property, and now they're talking about morality. So the first act is immoral, and then we're talking about morality. So that's why, even though ordinary morality, of course, we practice morality, but we should know that everything belongs to Krishna. If I take Krishna's property and then claim it as mine, and then then talk about morality, then that's not morality. So according to Bhagavad Gita, who is a Mahatma? There is Mahatma and Duratma. Mahatma is the one who has taken shelter of Devi Prakriti, means devotional service, and he's engaged with determination in serving the Lord. So like that, this way, one can make spiritual advancement. I have a little slide to show you. 1 minute. Let's see where it is. So there is 6 things talked about. So the attitude, it's Utsahat Nishya Dhairyat, means this is our attitude. Enthusiasm, confidence, patience. This is our inner disposition on how to. Then there is behavior. Behavior is Sangat Yagat, means giving up the association of, or giving up undesirable things and undesirable association. Sangat Yagat. Then character, Tat Tat Karma, means the activities that we do, which like chanting, hearing, that is Tat. And direction means we follow, Satovrate means we follow the path given by the great acharyas. That is direction. We move in that direction. We are guided by the acharyas. So here it says impetus for bhakti. Why there should be impetus for bhakti? Impetus means that urge, inspiration for bhakti. So what is not bhakti? Prabhupada has defined what is not bhakti. Sentimental speculation or imaginative ecstasy. In my mind, I'm speculating so many things, and So it's not, Prabhupada says philosophy without religion is what? Philosophy without
Mental speculation.
mental speculation. And religion without philosophy is
Sentiment.
Or fanaticism.
or fanaticism. Like many times, people want to do jihad and all this. This appear to be very religious, but there is no philosophy behind that. There's just some crazy philosophy which nobody can understand. So really, it can become fanaticism. So sentimental speculation or imaginative ecstasy. Okay. Sometimes sahajiyas, they uh, they they show ecstasy, they cry and roll on the ground, and it's like an imagination. They're trying to show to others that they are very advanced. So devotee never generally likes to show to others that they are very advanced. So that's imaginative ecstasy, and we are thinking in our mind something which is not, it's our imagination. So Prabhupada says it is not sentimental speculation or imaginative, but it's practical activity in the service of the Lord. So bhakti is defined as anya bhilashita shunyam jnana karmadhi anavritam anukulyena krishnanushilanam bhakti uttama. This is the verse. What is bhakti? What is not bhakti? This is not bhakti. Sentimental speculation. That Prabhupada writes. And anya bhilashita shunyam jnana karmadhi anavritam. That is uttama bhakti, without any material desires, as Vaishali was saying. Then it is a cultivation. It is shilanam. Shilanam means it's a cultivation, not idle meditation. Cultivation means there is activity, like, of course, hearing is also activity, chanting is an activity. So, and attachment to devotional activities. I don't know what this P, if there is some abbreviation, I got this from somewhere. How to perform? How to perform bhakti? The 9 processes of devotional service under the direction of gurus. So the verse is tad vidhi pranipatena pariprashnena sevaya updekshanti te jnanam jnaninas tattvadarshina. In the 4th chapter, towards the end, Krishna says you should approach a self-realized person and learn from him, inquire from him submissively, render service unto him, and the self-realized persons can impart knowledge unto you because they've seen the truth. Mukunda Upanishad, Mundaka Upanishad, tad vijnanartham sa guru meva abhigachet. That verse is there. And Chaitanya Charitamrita Madhya Lila 19:151, Brahmanda Brahmite Kono Bhagyavan Jeev, Guru Krishna Prasade Pai Bhakti Lata Beach. So this is how to perform under guidance of teachers. Why perform? Because it's a rare opportunity we have got. It is blissful. Ultimately, we want happiness. So Bhakti will give us bliss. Unmotivated, uninterrupted. We are all looking for happiness. So blissful, and it is liberating. And it is auspicious, because auspicious means it gives also a nice result. Something that gives you happiness now, but then it gives you a bad situation is not really auspicious activity. Like for instance, I can eat meat, right? And if supposing I like eating meat, it can give me a lot of happiness. Like people are going to restaurants or drinking, it can give me a lot of happiness. But what is going to happen? Well, it is going to give me a lot of sin and a lot of bad reactions in the future. So Krishna says, whatever is very pleasing in the beginning, but at the end it turns like nectar, and it turns like poison, is what? Is happiness in the
Mode of passion.
mode of passion. Yattadagre amritopamam pariname
Visham.
vishamiva.
Tat sukham rajasam smriti.
Yeah. And then that thing which is not, in the beginning, it is not very nice, but it is like poison, but then it becomes like nectar. So the chanting may be like that, right? Chanting may not be very appealing in the beginning, but if you chant nicely and avoid the offenses, then this will become very pleasing. And not only pleasing in this life, but after this life, it will take you back home, back to Godhead. This holy name of the Lord will take you back to Godhead. So we should be, even though it is sometimes we have to take medicine, like it's not good, it's not tasting good, or something for our health, some nutrition, it may not be good, but we take it because it is very helpful to get strength, to recover from illness. So like that. So in the long run, it is going to give you, so it is liberating. And who can perform? Any sincere practitioner can perform bhakti, because there is no rules, there is no prerequisites for performing bhakti. Niyamita smaranena kalaha. Lord Chaitanya says there is no hard and fast rules for chanting. Anybody can take up the chanting of the holy name. Any sincere practitioner can do some devotional service. Where to perform? ISKCON. So in the association of other devotees, you can, or even in your home, you can perform devotional service. So these are some of the things that were discussed in this verse number 3. So I think Bharat Prabhu, I don't know if he's there or not, he had something to say.
Prabhu, Hare Krishna. Prabhu, just a question. In this verse, we understood that one should not have association with non-devotee, right? So how do you describe a non-devotee? Is that the one who is totally aesthetic, that the one who does not believe in a god, or the one who believes in a demigods, worship demigods, but may or may not believe in the supremacy of Lord Krishna, or altogether who doesn't believe in Krishna?
So of course, everybody is a devotee at heart, because as I was saying, every soul is having love of Krishna, Nitya Siddha. But somebody has COVID, then you don't go near them, because you may get the germs. So if they are infected with material desires, right, and they are, of course, we all are infected with material desires. Unless we are pure devotee, there is some material desire in everybody's heart. But we want to associate with those who want to become pure in heart. So non-devotee means asat sanga tyaga e vaishnavachar stri sangi eka asadhu Krishna abhakta ar. There's a verse like that. That one who is attached to doing activities for sense gratification, and one who is not interested, who is not a devotee of Krishna, one who is not yeah, then they have no interest in spiritual life. They just simply have interest in material life. Then we don't take their association, we give them our association. That's what it is saying. We say like that. But if you are not strong, then if we come in their company, then we'll also become weak, right? Prabhupada came and he was very, like, he could convert others to become pure, right? But if we are not pure, if we have not, and then we go into all this association, which they are not interested only in sense gratification, not in Krishna consciousness, then in that association, it will affect us. So like that. So those are considered non-devotees. Now there are devotees at different levels also. Like we have Kanishta, Uttama, Madhyama, like that, different devotees at different levels of. So somebody is trying to become a devotee, we like their association. Somebody wants to become a devotee, and so we are at different levels in our devotion to Krishna. So when you meet somebody more qualified than you, Narad Muni told Dhruva Maharaj 3 things, right, for happiness. When you meet somebody more qualified than you, then what you should do? Feel envious?
No.
Bow down and
Huh?
bow down to them and seek the guidance how you can spiritually elevate yourself.
Should serve them, yes. Serve them.
Yes.
Yeah. When you meet somebody equal to you, then what you should do? You should
Make friendship.
instead of bragging about how great you are and I'm greater than you, and like friendship, you make friendship with them and like help take take inspiration to do devotion. And when you meet somebody lower than you, then what you should do? You should condemn. Oh, you are bad.
Be,
Huh?
Show
Compassion.
We should show
be,
what?
be kind to them.
Be kind and compassionate to them. So yeah, we were also like not interested in Krishna consciousness. Some devotee gave us a book or something like that. Previously, if you're not born like devotee family. So we got somebody extended the mercy to us. So we are supposed to extend mercy. But not everybody will take this, that is all right. We go to sell books. Not everybody is going to take the book and come to the temple and read the book, but we do our part. So, and then somehow or other, devotee is expert, so he tries to engage them, to make them chant Hare Krishna mantra, right? Or give some prasadam, so that their spiritual journey starts. So they get a Gyata Sukruti. And in this way, you can help others to become devotional. Okay. Anything else you want to say? Anybody like to say? Any other comments?
Yeah, Prabhuji, like I had one doubt, like in this text 3, following regulative principles is also mentioned as a Shravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu, Smaranam, and like in the purport, like following the regulative principles is like following like 4 regulative principles, no meat eating, so all those 4 principles. So like how can we
So what is the question?
like what we can take like regulative principles as Shravanam, Kirtanam, are those, Prabhuji, like those 2 are mentioned as regulative principles.
So we have, as Prabhupada will talk about yam and niyam. So yam means the prohibitions and niyam means the do's and the don'ts. So both, of course, if we can't follow the 4 regulative principles, at least we can chant Hare Krishna. So that's okay. And then, because we can't, why can't we follow the regulative principles? Because we are maybe habituated in a bad way to something, gambling or whatever. So we chant Hare Krishna and then we pray to Krishna and then we get strength and our heart becomes pure. Like many people were eating meat, right? Before they came to Krishna consciousness. So then what happened? When they chanted Hare Krishna, they honored prasadam, then their desire to eat meat went away. So yeah, we should be doing both the do's and don'ts, right? So, but if you can't avoid the don'ts, at least do the do's and then with a desire to avoid the don'ts. And then when you get sufficient strength, then you can avoid the don'ts. So that is what it is. So what the question is that why it is considered regulative principle?
Yeah, both both the things like Shravanam and then Vishnu Smaranam and other like 4, those 4 regulatory principles also come under regulatory principles. So which regulatory principles we have to emphasize more, Prabhuji, or both we have to consider?
Actually, we have to consider, but when we get higher taste by engaging in Krishna's service, then automatically we will get. See, we are not trying to just say no, 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 no. That is not our formula. That no, 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 no to this, no, 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 no. Like the impersonalists, neti, 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 not this, no, everything. And then life becomes, because you know you can't you may not get happiness in spiritual things also. So our thing is that we serve Krishna and Krishna will reciprocate with us by when we serve him. Then we will get spiritual strength, we'll get taste in his service. Krishna will give some taste, then we will become, yeah, then automatically vishaya vinivartante niraharasya dehinam raso.
रसोपेयस्य परम दृष्ट्वा न वर्तते.
Krishna says in the Bhagavad Gita that, yeah, so yeah, we do our. So initially, Vaidhi Bhakti means the taste is there in the heart for all these things, maybe, but we are not acting on it. But then when we keep doing devotional service, then it becomes like Bhav Bhakti, like that, Raganuga Bhakti. So then it becomes like, okay, it's easy to give up that. So this nectar of instruction will also say, like the first slide we look, right? The 7th verse talks about, let me pull this up. Anartha Nivritti, it talks about, where did it go? 1 minute. Here it is. So it takes us to, I think it's Nectar of Instruction takes us from Shraddha to Prema in 11 verses. It is saying, Bhaktivinoda Thakur has given this. So text 7 is where Syat Krishna Nama Charita Adi Sitapya Vidya Pitopatapta Rasanasya Narojikano Kintva Adaradanu Khulu Saiva Jushta Swad Vikramad Tad Bhavati.
Bhavati tad gada mulahantri.
So that verse, Nectar of Instruction, verse 7, it talks about how you can get taste and everything. Bhajana Kriya, Anartha Nivritti, Nishtha and Ruchi. Then text 8 talks about then after Ruchi comes Asakti. That is the Tannam, Rupa, Charita, the Sukirtananu. Then what Asakti, that, and 9 and 11, 9 through 11 talk about Bhav and Prem. So Nectar of Instruction also talks about how we can come to the platform of Anartha Nivritti, how we can get Ruchi. And once you get Ruchi, then automatically the other things will happen. But we have to try. We say in Krishna consciousness, we do two things. We want Krishna's mercy, and we also endeavor. Yeah, Yashoda was trying to bind Krishna, but she was not able to bind, and the rope was always short by 2 fingers. So Acharyas have given this, that the 2 fingers represent our effort and Krishna's mercy. So we have to do effort, but our effort may sometimes succeed, sometimes not. So we need help from Krishna. And Krishna's mercy is the one that will help us. So we should chant the holy name every day. That also, determination to chant is also not easy. To chant consistently every day is not so easy, right? But somehow or other, we can join the japa call. We have a japa call also. Then you can join, you can chant with devotees, or you go to the temple and chant with the devotees if it's possible. So like that, then it will be easy. Prabhupada said, like, if you associate with devotees, Krishna consciousness becomes easy. Alone, if you want to make advancement in Kali Yuga, in Krishna consciousness, it's like you're insane. It's not possible. Very difficult. So we need the association of other devotees. So also I was thinking that we have this, right? What is the highest principle?
Always remember Krishna, never forget Krishna.
Always remember Krishna, never forget Krishna. Smartavya satatam Vishnu, vismartavyo no jatuchit. Sarve vidhi nished yasyur etayor eva kinkara. It is saying that always remember Krishna, Vishnu, never forget. So that is saying always do activities that are favorable for bhakti, and never forget Krishna means never do those activities which are unfavorable for bhakti. So if you're always doing favorable activities, then you don't have time to do unfavorable activities. Right? If you're always engaged in favorable activities, I think Prabhupada writes here that the devotees are not contaminated because they don't engage in any material activities, which is there's one statement there here. Somewhere it is there. Because devotee is never contaminated, because he always engages in activities of devotional service. That's what he says. Okay, so then you will not be contaminated. If you could keep in good association, then yeah. Okay, anything, other things anybody like to say? So I will send you this PDF, which has like the flow of Nectar of Instruction, the verses and all that. We didn't do this, we can do this next time, as a review of our text 1 and text 2. What is the problem? What is the solution? And then Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur's purport. And some devotees have made this with a lot of effort, so we can use that. Okay, anything else? Is that answering your question? You asked.
Yeah, Prabhuji, it answered, Prabhuji. Thank you. Hare Krishna.
And what is your good name?
Karuna, Prabhuji, Karuna.
Oh, the Indian
We are from Indiana, Police, Prabhuji.
Okay, so nobody has anything to say then. So how we can apply all this? The thing is then now after hearing that we have to apply in our life so that we will get the success. Right? So that's we have to contemplate. Like we say, what is the 3 things of hearing? Shravanam,
Mananam and Nididhyasana.
Shravanam, Mananam, Nididhyasam, and Shakshatkaram. Like that sometimes it says. So Shravanam, you do Shravanam. We are not like sometimes we are studying just to do a course. Like we are close to Ohio State University. So sometimes some people have to study some religion for their academics. So they come to our temple, some students come and they will come with their notebook and they will write down everything and they'll say, oh, what is the meaning of offering this lamb? What is this? What is that? They will ask so many things. But afterwards, you never see them, right? If they don't come. So Bhakti Shastri should not become like an academic study. Of course, it is. We have to know all these things. But it is also to get like how inspiration to apply and to realize this knowledge in our life so that it can go from the head to the heart, right? Not remain in the head only. Information should bring about
Transformation.
Yes, of the heart. So all this is ultimately, yes, to bring about transformation of our heart. Okay. Been speaking. We have a lot of our devotees, many of whom I don't know. Like Usha, Surendran is there. I mean, we chatted on WhatsApp. You are from where, Usha?
I'm from Connecticut, Prabhu.
Connecticut. Okay. And A.V. Gaggar, where is this? Who's this devotee? Gaggar from? Okay. Gopan. And then Maheshwari.
Yeah, Gopakumar.
Oh, Gopan is Gopan. Okay. All right. So no other question? We'll stop here. It's 8:15. We went a little bit over. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna. We will meet on
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna.
Hare
Thank you.
Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Thank
Thank
you.
you, Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Krishna.
Thank you.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.